We're live.
No. It's not American whiskey. What is it?
Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. I'm your host, Big Easy, joined by my co-host, Sean Rigsby, live on set at the Farm to Bottle Festival in Wilmington, Ohio. Big Sturge from America and Whiskey joining us on the set. He was kind enough to let us use his podcast to run our podcast, which that's up our alley because I ain't got to do no work.
Lazy ass.
You damn right. So,
You guys want to have some fun?
hell yeah. I've been having fun since I got here. I don't remember most of it, but
So if anybody's out there that wants to come to Farm to Bottle Festival, where the freak is it at?
we are in Wilmington, Ohio. We'll be here until about midnight tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Y'all come out, pay to get in, come inside. You're going to get to try some liquor. You want to get drunk, you're going to get drunk. Uncle Joey knows about getting drunk yesterday. We had a good time. What's up, Bennett? Tom Crum, how you doing, brother? Tyler, just seen you the other day, man. Hope y'all having a great afternoon. We're going to be a little more interactive on this one. Don't get used to the music in the beginning. That was all, that's Big Sturge, man. He's got shit going on. That's too advanced for us.
Hey, I ain't that smart.
Smart enough.
Smart enough.
So I'm sure you saw me American Whiskey. If you didn't, go check it out.
Multiple times.
We had a good time. We invaded their podcast room and had a good time. Y'all go check them out. It was great. So yeah, we just now get in here. We're in Wilmington, Ohio at the Farm to Bottle Festival. So, the question is, what you drinking on?
Unfortunately, nothing right now.
I've been yelling for Vince to bring me a jar forever, but he.
Can I smack Sean on the head?
I don't know whose Smoky Mountain Squatch Shine this is, but
It's right back there in the corner.
All right. Okay.
Is it? Okay.
You see where Austin is right there?
Yeah.
He's going to be on interviewing, so maybe you guys can tag along with that.
Okay.
Hey, John Bent's first one up here. Guess who's sitting down first?
Hey, yeah.
Have you a seat, Bent's.
So we got a bunch of listeners here, bro. Coastal Shiner,
Well,
Tracy.
Welcome back to the Still Talking Uncut
Spicy
podcast,
Bennett.
Bent.
Spicy Bennett. I like that name.
Give this man
Come
a
on,
shake,
grab that
bro.
right there. Grab the headset. You're already a professional at this, remember?
Yeah, this is gone.
Let's do it.
So I'm sipping on some of John Bent's Amaretto.
That ain't gonna be there by the time this podcast.
Nah,
is
this is gone. I hope you got more, John.
I got some more here.
Or is Justice League from American Whiskey called it what?
He called it apple pie. I told him to get the hell out.
He did too.
It
He
does
did.
taste like apple pie.
All right, go ahead. Excuse yourself.
Wait, this ain't corn liquor?
No,
I
no,
thought it might be Sugar Shine.
that would be that shit I found somewhere else.
That's real nice, man. I like that. That's
Thank
real
you.
nice, man.
Yeah, you better take this.
Tom Crum, I don't mean to chime in here, but Tom Crum says, damn, anyone other than the Bents.
Hey, he showed up first,
Wow.
man. We
The
go,
real master distiller, John.
It's kind of
Bent's.
funny because they told me not to let him on, and I did. That's my bad.
we like that.
Tom
We like-
Crum's only going on about that because he likes to lick cheese off my face.
Hey,
From Honda.
we like what we like, man. We like what we like.
I'm sipping on Bush lattes.
Gotta put some peach in there, man.
You ain't getting this bag, Vince.
No, he ain't.
That's all right. I got a jar of yours over there.
Fire starter.
Corn whiskey.
Man, I really wish I could get some blueberry shine.
Don't.
Stop over this week.
Yeah, stop over this week. I'll have you.
All right.
Blueberry shine.
Oh,
Who
dude.
the hell does
Yeah,
blueberry?
he's talking about some blueberry lemonade.
Okay. Someone went on TV and done blueberry shine, but
But
let's go get some blueberry lemonade. I mean, whatever.
Can I be fucking honest about it?
Where's the
Yeah,
blueberry shine at,
absolutely.
Vince?
So I took the money jar that we were in,
Yeah.
and I added it to the lemonade,
Yeah.
and it was fucking amazing.
Hey, if you liked it, that's all that matters. So,
No, I didn't like it. I loved it.
all right, if you loved it, then that's what's up. So,
You got to talk into your microphone better, sir.
Me.
We have him, Big Easy.
all right, I got you.
I'm your producer right now. Talking to the microphone.
Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. So,
It's
we got
your right hand here. And your
a whole Ohio panel right now.
That must be the lack of being on the show. You don't know how to talk in the mic.
That's
Is that
right.
shit. I don't know how to talk to Mike neither, and I get on it every fucking week.
No one even knows you're on there.
I'm
This
gonna,
is, you ready? This is what you sound like. You're like, so tonight we're able to. That's
So-
what Sean's podcast.
so what he's
when on
saying
there.
is I need to take a ride over there and just log into my shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh hell.
I'm sure they would accept you. You know, have a good time.
Dude, I would. You can come over there anytime you want to sound good, brother.
You come over, you want to look,
But at
good,
least you look good, though.
Oh well, you know,
You know what I mean?
it happens, right?
Yeah, it's face,
As long
face,
long as
only, face only a mother can love.
I guess it's that Wookiee beard.
It hides it all.
yeah. I mean, do you blame me?
No, not at
Oh,
all.
what's mine called?
Uh,
Piece of shit.
So I got
I'd
here,
let it
we
go.
got here
Wow.
yesterday. We got here yesterday, and it was a party. We just partied yesterday. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like up in this building, it just went down. If you came here yesterday
Downhill quick.
and you didn't get drunk, then that was your own fault.
My
'cause
son asked me why my eye was twitching.
that's what it is.
Mhm.
if you came here and you didn't get drunk, you wasn't drinking Big Easy's corn liquor.
That's right. You didn't try none of Vince's sugar
That's
shot.
I was gonna say that's why I don't drink corn liquor normally. This shit sucks. Peach brandy is where it's at.
Listen, I'm just saying, I never had an eye twitch like that. I think it was from the shine. I think it was from the shine. Does it cause eye twitches?
You drink enough of it, it causes eye twitches, 4-wheel drive, turn you into a turtle, get you divorced, put you in jail.
I don't think I was on the edge of divorce, but I could have.
Seems like Uncle Joey was close. He's got a lot of making up to do today.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to take quite a few funnel cakes to write that shit.
And a few
Funnel
less
cake.
beers.
Cheese,
Hey,
fried cheese.
hey, deep fried cheese will make me forgive anybody for anything.
Someone needs to hand him a beer and take a picture.
Oh, man.
I don't think he's even drinking. I try to get him to. He's like, "No, I'm good, man. I'm good." I'm like, "Yeah, I bet you are."
You got to go, dude. I don't. He probably can't. He need a Bloody Mary, hair to the dog. Did you try the Bloody Mary with the pickle in it?
It's really good.
Just wait.
I just really.
So,
It'll be
talk-
coming.
Talking about the Bloody Mary with the pickle in it, who's offering that over there?
Erie, right here.
It's really
Lake-
good.
Ask
Lake
me-
Erie Distillery.
Yep.
Don't you really want to get it in a big glass?
Oh yeah. And just
Is it rude to go over there and ask?
hey, I imagine he'd sell it to you. I don't. He only had a little squirt bottle of it.
I'll
He's
give you a
gallon.
squirt.
Hey, I'm down for
I
a
say
squirt.
3 tickets, you'll probably get one.
Is that how that works? You give him a ticket?
No, you just walk over and talk to him, and he'll give you a drink. You're a vendor.
That's what I was doing. I just went up
Where's
like
your
30
pass at?
times. I just
Is
didn't
that
know if
what
I was
that
doing something
pass
wrong.
is for?
Yeah, Pass gets you free drinks around here.
Yeah, I don't get one.
Mine's hanging up over
That's
there.
because you was late and it was all gone.
I guess. I'm gonna swipe yours here in a minute.
Hey, you borrow it anytime you want.
No, not
There is Mr. Vaughn walking by from Schoolhouse Farms.
So who's this guy? I was wondering that earlier.
Farmer. That's the
He's growing the corn.
Yep. Earland Corn Farm. That's where Pabst Distillery gets his grains Ohio Blue from him. My man.
That's where Big Easy gets his corn for his peach brandy.
No, yep.
Have you guys?
oh my god.
I'm not the host here, but I have a question. Can I ask you a
Right.
question?
Yeah, we're all go.
Do you see that booth right there
Which
where
one?
there's like 6 bottles on
Yes.
that thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
So basically, what they do is they'll take, say, you want, 5 of them, and in one shot. And what he'll do is that machine takes it and blends it all together. That way, you have a certain amount of each into one shot, or you can do 2 of them, do like 80-20, kind of like the rule. Or you can do whatever you want.
So you could get 5% of one bottle, 10% of another, 25% of this
It's all
bottle.
about what you like.
Yep. And you blend your, what is it? It's your very own shot that can't be it could be duplicated, but the likelihood of somebody else walking up and getting that exact same
Yeah.
shot is slim to none.
So are you buying the bottle or are you buying the shot?
You're buying the shot.
So yeah, what you could do, Sturge, is
Gotta get a bottle.
I see what you're talking about.
you could do 80% blueberry, and you can do 20% peach brandy.
I just get 100% peach brandy.
I don't blame you. That's what
I got
do.
something for you, Ben.
Listen, when it come to the blueberry brandy or the blueberry lemonade and the peach brandy, I'm going to go with peach brandy
Every time.
every time.
No sugar.
Both are really good.
I like no sugar, man.
That
I like-
blueberry is
I
a lot
the
like corn
clear.
liquor.
I mean, you could have blueberry brandy or you could have blueberry cobbler.
If somebody had blueberry brandy here, I would.
Oh shit! I seen his head turn.
I'd be
Do you
willing,
really?
I'd be willing to
You
try
got it?
it. So
I know where there's some.
Hey, this dude handed me like 3 flats of liquor
You mean
yesterday.
mute us and walk
Blueberry
off?
brandy wasn't in it. Like, I ran the John Ben's Gauntlet yesterday. Try this, try that. I didn't see no blueberry brandy.
Who's Mac Williamson?
Oh, that's old son.
Also,
What's up, old son?
He said, "What's up, y'all? Who's ready to get wasted?"
Oh, old son.
hey, you already know.
Old son will drink a half gallon
In a hurry.
in a
Where's
hurry.
he at?
He's back home. This boy had football today. Family priorities. You know how it is.
Playing like Friday Night Light football.
Hey, Sturge, look up.
Oh, hey, baby.
His boy plays junior varsity, so he
Gotcha.
plays Saturdays.
Gotcha.
He'll be. Don't worry, he'll be out there Friday night soon.
Oh yeah, the pizza the next day.
Yeah,
Killing it.
The what?
damn right.
A pizza the next
Yeah,
day.
that's how his son gets over his hangover. Large pizza.
A whole large one.
Oh,
You remember back in the day when
Baby
you could go to like Pizza Hut and get the buffet?
oh
You eat
dude.
like as much as you want, take a break, eat some more, take a break, get some more, and then you'd leave and you wouldn't gain no weight.
Yeah.
Then you go and you have 2 slices and you're like,
I
fuck.
don't remember the not gaining weight part.
You know?
No.
I mean, Sean, you remember, right? You remember those days?
Maybe these
Is it
little
just
fellas.
me? It's just me.
It's just you.
God,
It's just you.
He don't want to drink.
was that a drink? Uncle Joe.
Who's
Oh, shit. He's out talking Reds. He's getting divorced.
Yeah.
He's
looked
getting divorced.
I looked at him. I said,
I look at him. Oh no, it didn't go to him. I thought it was going to him.
Doesn't everyone want to be more like Uncle Joe?
Hey.
Like in a sense.
Uncle Joey's my spirit animal.
I
man.
knew it,
man.
dude. It
So
made me sad one day. You were like, Uncle Joe's my spirit animal. And I'm like, man,
he's a
what can
camel.
I
I
be?
can't drink like that.
yeah, I did tell you that, didn't I?
I can't drink like that, so I got to live vicariously through him.
But didn't I? Honesty counts.
Last night, so me and Uncle Joey are walking around in the fairgrounds, finding couples that are just watching music and talking to them, or being like, "You guys want to go try some liquor?" And we're bringing couples in, and we're dropping them off at Phil and Tucking Reds, like, "Yeah, y'all try all this liquor over here," and they're just getting these people blasted, and then sending them back out into the world.
That's how you get, the person.
It was a great time.
Is this?
Uncle Dum Dum, Doral Flack, how you doing, brother?
Uncle Dum Dum.
Is it?
Yep.
What's
I
up?
feel kind of honored that I get to produce this episode for you guys.
Hey,
What's
man.
up? Can I say hi to him?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
What's
hop
up,
in,
Uncle
talk.
Dum Dum? I came to the Gatlinburg release. I'm Big Sturge with American Whiskey. You should follow my podcast.
He might already.
That's my jackass friend throwing stuff at us.
That's normal.
That's cool. You guys got Uncle Dum Dum on here, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He makes good liquor too. I stopped by his place down in Florida when I was down. You're down there. Make sure you stop in. It's right on the line, Florida Georgia line.
600 foot. You're in what? Florida or
Yeah.
Georgia? Kind of like the band.
Can I be honest about your Uncle Dum Dum's liquor?
Yes.
I didn't like it at first.
Still don't.
No, you ready?
Oh,
You ready? I put it in the freezer because you told me to. Or
Me?
Well, one of you guys.
I told
And-
you to put mine in there, not his.
And now I slowly drink it because I don't want to run out of it.
yeah.
I don't know how putting it in a freezer makes any difference, but it did.
So was it flavor or was it just proof?
It's,
Straight.
it's 120 proof.
Well, hell,
Clear.
go at it.
Yeah. So
I just don't know why freezing, like putting it in a freezer would make it.
So there's a woman in Alabama, Wild Bill's wife, Rachel. She says if you can't handle 120 proof liquor, throw an ice cube in it. Don't be a baby.
yeah.
What do you always say, Big
So-
Easy? You say drink it like you like it, right?
Yep, that's right. So when you put it in the freezer, you chill the oils in it, and that's what really changes it.
Really?
It brings all that flavor to the front. That's like with Sean's berry infused from Sugarlands. When you put it in the freezer or you get it real cold, it allows that berry to come to the front a little bit more than it did, because like you're chilling the oils and you're separating
I like
the oil.
Sean's on my
the
desk. I
water,
don't like his
so-
in the freezer.
See, I don't like it on the desk. I like it in the freezer.
Really?
I like it on the desk because I like that dryness of the wheat.
That's what it's almost like I think I told you when you came over, it was almost like dry wine. It was like a dry, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I really like that because I am a wine guy. I don't know if you guys are or not, but I like dry wine.
Hey, I like alcohol. I can appreciate
Sorry,
good
shut up,
alcohol,
man.
whether it's in a wine, shine, or a beer, or whatever. The only thing I don't like is hops.
I'm not a hoppy dude either. I don't like hoppy beer, and I don't. It's not hoppy, man. Like I can tolerate rye. I don't like the pepperness of it too much. I'm more of a wheat and corn.
I like rye, but you throw tequila in there and I'm out.
Hey, John, how do you do your
I'm
rye?
interested.
Do you grind your rye, John, or do you soak your rye?
Soak it.
So yeah, it's not so peppery as
Yeah,
normally
it's
would
not so
be.
peppery.
You don't grind it at all. You
No, I
just soak it.
I wouldn't grind it at all. You know, some guys will just crack it. Some will grind it into a fine powder. I just find it good to throw it in a 5-gallon bucket with some water, let it soak.
But would you find that when you grind it really fine, that it gets the more finer it is, the more
The
peppery
more
it
pepper,
is?
which
Yep.
you're covering more area.
Yeah.
I mean,
Makes sense. It's one of those grains that, you know, the finer it is, the more it changes so much just from soaking it to cracking it to grinding it
and
to
cooking it.
Yeah,
I mean, the more you cook it, the more you heat it, you're going to get more out of it.
it's wild. Rye's amazing. So
Yeah, my favorite's been the chocolate rye. So
Have you ever sour mashed that?
Yep.
How did it work?
just about pretty much same way starting out. I mean, you're going to lose a little bit of that hazelnut flavor you kind of get from it,
Yep.
but I mean, pretty much same way.
Curtis,
so on that on the chocolate rye,
we need to get
Is
him
it
in
any-
here too.
is it anything like chocolate malt?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like when I use chocolate malt, it gives it coffee aspects to me.
So what I'm getting when I do get it, it'll be a malted chocolate rye.
Whenever you get a minute, just walk over.
Nice. So do you get the hazelnut or do you get the coffee?
He's got the shirt on.
It's kind of a hazelnut, but it's
Okay.
like almost like a coffee hazelnut.
So
It's
I'm gonna try that too. Is what you're saying?
maybe.
Nice.
So
I like a maybe.
I just want to apologize for interrupting everybody. That guy, his name's Curtis, I believe, Wicklife. He was on Master Distiller twice.
Yeah.
So, why not?
I heard that.
When he comes back in, we'll kick Bence out of here and get him on.
I
Yeah,
heard,
he's only been on there once.
I heard
Sorry.
Ben's can make a mean sausage patty and cooks the hell out of a hot dog at 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, 1:30 a.m. we was having hot dogs.
On the back of the tailgate?
Yep.
John, how does it feel to be a Master Distiller?
Well, if you can call yourself that, like I said, I won't take nothing from myself. I didn't get first place, but still won't take nothing from myself.
Now, you know that some of the best liquor I've had from anybody on Master Distiller, most of it come from second place people.
I've tried a few jars from the show, and sometimes to my taste, the second beats the first, and that's just
Every time.
Don't you think though? Some of those episodes, somebody will make like the better shine or whatever it is, and then they'll have you try to make it into a mixed beverage,
Yep.
and then that's where they lose.
that upsets me. You know?
yeah,
Like,
I agree.
if I'm making a brandy, I'm gonna fight you. Like, bro, we're not making this into a mixed drink. They
Who-
drink it the way it
Yeah.
is, and you've seen guys go on there and be like, "Nah, you're getting this jar straight."
Yep.
And they respect that, and that's what I would do.
So I believe I love listening to your guys' podcast. Do you remember the episode where JJ was on for
Oh,
the
yeah.
veterans one, Matt Brown, and then there was the guy that
The guy from Hawaii, what's his name?
I don't remember what his name was,
Me
I don't
either.
either.
but I think he might have had actually the best moonshine out of everybody. But like that, it was that final
Mhm.
drive that where he
Mhm.
lost.
Well, I mean,
You
you'll see that. A lot of guys will have the better jar going into the end, and then you get into the flavor, and it's
Yep.
God, I just feel like someone's kicking me now.
no, or not.
I mean, come on, easy. I feel like someone's kicking me now.
like,
kicking you where?
and then it's
Well,
We-
anywhere, I guess.
when you get into the flavors,
Where it hurts.
it's all about the palate of the person judging it.
Yeah.
Like you could take those two jars to 100 people, and it could sway totally different.
Well, and let's, if we're being honest here too, you talk about flavors and shit. Someone like me, I would make a flavored liquor about 60, 70 proof, as to where the guy next to me would prefer it at 30, 40. And if you're if you're drinking it for flavor, which one are you gonna like?
Yeah.
It depends on what the person judging it is gonna think. you know?
That's kind of where I was aiming at when I was on the show. It was
a good
if I
one,
can
Daryl.
sell Sean's wife a jar of blueberry at 50, 60 proof, and then Sean likes his at 90 to 100, well, hell, we just sold 2 jars, and that's kind of where I was at with my episode.
You were told to put a hat on.
Yeah, apparently there's a glare.
Can I ask them? Can I ask about your son's question now?
Oh, you talking about old son?
Yeah.
So I was at old son's one night.
Is
and-
this old son's?
Yeah, Mac.
I thought this was your son.
No, we call him
Old
old
son.
son.
Are
Okay.
you talking Lemaster?
No.
Okay.
No, we're talking Mac Williamson. We call him old son. So anytime you hear us talking on the podcast, like, I'm taking old son, you take the day
Yeah.
off the next day because you got too drunk. Well, that's where you don't think we made that up, right? We got that from somebody.
That makes sense. That makes
and,
sense.
and so I'm over at his house one night. We're watching BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships, and he's getting smashed. And, we're having a good time. And then he goes into the bathroom, and all you hear is boom, boom. And I go in there, and this motherfucker's pants is around his ankles, and his asshole stuck to the floor like a suction cup. And I'm like, bro, and I tell his old lady, like, hey, man, get a spatula so I can peel his ass off the floor. He's stuck like a hairless cat. And then he's like stuck between the chair or the toilet and the dryer. And I'm like, bro, my back ain't good because he's a big dude, He's a big boy. He's bigger than me. And I'm like, I can't pick you up, man. We're gonna have to call a tow truck in here or something, man. So it was a great night.
Was it like big guy like me? Like
He bigger than you.
really?
Oh yeah.
Is he the one that borrowed the chair?
Yeah,
in the barn?
yeah, that's his chair.
It's a nice.
I
chair.
keep his chair. It's a nice chair. I keep his chair.
I was thankful to God that chair was there.
It was nice, right?
Because
in
the
front
other
of
one, I
fan.
could just I was gonna have to scoot like 2 in just for one ass cheek. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how skinny the other chairs were. This is the Phil building.
Uh-oh.
It was a good time. Anytime you hang out with your boys, you have a good time, man.
Oh,
Nobody
dude.
gets hurt, and
It's funny when people get hurt though.
when it ain't you, like it ain't
Right.
me, I can laugh.
Well, as long as it ain't me.
You damn
Yeah.
right, it ain't
Right.
me, man. Like I ain't hurting. So
I still cry about the boo boo from the still at Easy's house. It's been how many weeks has that been?
What'd you do? Burn yourself?
So what do you mean? So he goes over to the condenser where you guys were like caressing it like it was a beautiful model's leg. And so I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll go give it a nice caress, see the temperature of this thing. And he goes over there and just like rubs it down. I go over there and rub it down and I saute my fucking hand to the side of it. And I literally still have the mark from it.
So
And you guys are just, I don't know how you guys did it. I was like, and then of course, I chested up. I made it look like I didn't burn myself.
So we've developed callus from burning ourselves over the
I
years.
got callus.
Not like that's not burn callus. Like,
No,
burn callus.
I ain't got those.
So to add on to that, I had leaned over and changed the jar, and the top of my head touched the very top of the worm where it's really hot. Burnt the shit out of the top of my head. I dealt with that for like 2 weeks. I kept that to myself, so I'm sharing.
Kind of like a parrot that burnt me.
You did. Sean goes, and it was retribution because Sean burnt his stomach with a parrot. He was building a parrot and like burn a big old spot. And I'm like, Jesus Christ,
Fucking
man.
branded myself.
Yeah.
Oh, you almost caught
Yellowstone.
your pants on fire 4 times when I was watching you make.
Oh, that's normal. I'm not worried about that.
Dude, I literally like his shorts were on the flame. And he's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it caused an issue, but
I've been here enough, man. We good.
nothing
Fire
happened.
retardant.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
I didn't get burnt. It's all good, man.
So this guy is the guy that I borrowed this chair.
yeah, that's also.
He said I cripple a regular camping chair. I don't sit in regular camping chairs. If I sit in a regular camping chair, it's not good.
Oh, good times, man. I tell you, for the first year, this ain't too bad. It's been all
This
right.
man,
Yeah.
yesterday was slow.
Yeah, it's a lot busier today. I will say tomorrow or tonight, I'm hanging out here at the campgrounds with y'all. I'm going to be cooking hot dogs with Vince on the truck.
I
bed
got
tonight.
burgers and stuff too, so
Yeah,
we'll get together.
We got
down with that.
we got the good stuff going. We got the brisket.
Oh, nice.
You got that corn liquor too, John?
No, it's sugar.
no corn liquor in
It's
my
only
area.
sugar.
Do you want this guy to get on?
Yes,
too?
sir.
Yeah.
Benson,
I'll step out. I'll bow out.
Mr. Benson, was a pleasure.
It's
I love
easy.
you. Thanks for coming on again, man.
I'll go drink some of Easy's corn liquor.
Cool. Bring me another jar of liquor. This one's empty. If you would.
Hey, on your way out, John.
Dylan, you might be interested in a shirt.
Mr. Curtis is coming on the podcast.
Mr. Curtis might be interested in a shirt. Damn it, Dylan.
Love you, Benz. Love you, bro. All right. So we're we're gonna hang out for a second until we get somebody else on. I think we're gonna have Curtis from Master Distiller on here.
Hey, if any of these guys want to come watch American Whiskey, I'd love to associate with
Hey,
these guys in the comments. They're
Anyone,
cool.
any one of y'all go check out American Whiskey on Facebook. Imagine everywhere.
They're cool. Yeah, everywhere.
So we I know we're a little earlier. We usually go a little later at night.
Yeah,
But we're having a good time.
I remember the one night you want to hop on. I just woke up from like a 3-hour nap. It was like 11:30. I was like, hope you're joking. And I look on and I'm like, damn, he ain't kidding.
11:30. That was just when you answered.
Yeah, so that's when you answer. We start at 9 and we go till Sean finds the bottom of the jar.
Well, how often do you find the bottom of the jar, John?
Probably more often. How often,
Man,
Sean?
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
You like that? I was gonna get a little swig of that.
He got to get a refill, man.
Oh,
I Uncle
man.
Joey that jar. Me and Sean Uncle Joey that
Oh,
jar.
you're killing me. I can't wait for Mr. Mr. What? This guy right here?
Mr. Curtis.
Mr. Curtis. Get him on here. There's a lot more people here than yesterday, though.
Oh, a lot.
It's like consistently coming through.
I will tell you, a lot of the humidity moved out. It ain't near as hot.
I haven't even been outside.
So I gotta ask, what do
Yeah.
you think about Mr. Silkett over there?
I just saw a leprechaun.
Where's that at?
Right there, Mr. Silkott walking in the overalls.
Okay, I'm trying to understand this fella. He seems cool as fuck.
He's a good dude, man.
Like, but I can't catch him. Like, I
Yeah.
try to get him. And he's
He's
just,
just-
whoo,
he's
he's
just
over
back
there.
At the end of the rainbow, my man.
Is he a moonshiner?
Hey, still butter.
Still builder? Yeah.
Old
What?
school still butter.
Who said leprechaun?
I did.
That's what I thought.
He looks like a leprechaun.
Literally. I don't know if they have like the long hair. Like a
Wow.
leprechaun. I don't think leprechauns have long
That's how
hair.
it's in the hills. You're hillbilly leprechaun.
What'd you guys think of the music last night?
I don't know. I left.
It got really loud,
Yeah, it did.
and it was all right. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it was loud.
Yeah, it got super loud.
So my son was having fun until the rock band started, and he's like, "Dad, let's turn it down." I'm like,
It doesn't work like that. I don't have control of the mixing board.
Not
I
this
said,
one.
it's a rock show. This is how they go. This is a smaller area for a loud rock show. So
Margie Bradford said hi, Sean.
Margie.
this is Margie.
Margie is you talking about old school. Her and her husband Rodney. They we had them on the podcast, which Sturdy you should watch.
Okay.
But they're about as old school as you can get.
Okay.
Running.
Was
in
it
the
a
woods.
male and a female?
Yes.
I did watch that one.
Okay.
That's a good one, man.
I know exactly. They're husband and wife.
Yep.
I watched it. So I've gone back. So since we've been connected and built this friendship, I've actually gone back and listened to your guys' podcast. So
It's a lot of
a
valuable
lot more than you
information in
can,
there,
a
man.
lot more than you can say about my podcast.
Hey, we
Fellas.
we started somewhere too. Oh,
Yeah.
I went back and watched some of it. It's a lot,
It's different. My podcast is different. We talk a lot of shit, get real drunk.
they have a good time, man. That's what
We
it's
do have
all
a good
about.
time.
So
Get your boy over. He's walking that way.
yeah, like,
What's his name?
Curtis.
Mr. Curtis.
He's making a deal for sure.
no deal. Mr. Curtis.
Would you like to be on the podcast, Mr. Curtis? Whenever
Come on over, brother. All right. So we can actually back this up. So
We did corn whiskey.
that goes like that.
Oh man, I did try that.
That's your microphone.
Yes, sir. Just hold it in your face and speak. How you
Don't
doing, Mr.
just
Curtis?
whatever you do, don't take his advice on speaking with the microphone. You can ask Sean or I. That sounds good. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's beautiful. All right, tell us about yourself, Mr. Curtis.
All right. Well, not a lot to tell that Master Distiller hasn't already told. Curtis Wycliffe, hailing from Louisville, Kentucky.
I was just down there last week.
Nice.
Really? He didn't tell me.
Well, it was kind of a quick trip.
And no excuse, brother. No excuse.
I know. I apologize.
damn right.
Man.
Louisville's too small. But I've been distilling probably about 7 years now, mainly doing White Lightning and Kentucky style whiskey.
Nice. What's your favorite thing that you make?
My favorite thing right now is my apple pie and blueberry pie, and I want to say my whiskey, but I'm trying to stay away from it to let it age. I'm
That's
about at 18 months now, trying to get to that 2 years before I really start tapping into it.
It's
Yeah.
hard, isn't it?
That's an understatement, brother.
Oh
I
man,
mean, trying to let your baby age
Yeah.
is hard as all get out.
Yeah.
you got to get you a Solaire technique going on. That way you can rob one to fill the oldest one.
I'm trying my best, but unfortunately, my day job is getting in my way.
Yeah,
I keep trying to tell them, look, I got a life at home in my garage, but
yeah.
they don't want to listen to me.
They don't care.
So are you able to taste it as the months go? Are you able to like pull it and taste it?
Yes. Usually I try to give it at least 2-3 months in between tasting so that way it gets more color and character.
Are you tasting the difference every time?
From 1 to 8 months, usually no. But once it starts getting some age on it, then I can start. The legs get longer. That's the best way to describe it.
I got you.
The early ones, they just evaporate off the palate.
Yeah.
The older they get, they linger around, let you know what's going on.
It makes me thirsty talking about it.
Hey man, I tried. I try anything once. So, what episode of Master Distiller was you on, Curtis?
I was on episode 3, or was it season 3, episode 4, World Wars of Whiskey, and then again season 4, I believe it was episode 1, Outlaws versus Legals.
Nice.
So what did you make on that one, on the Outlaws? Was that just one? Everybody made the same thing, or
Yes, on Outlaws versus Legals, we all had a house mash, and we had to correct the mash. There was something wrong with it, so they wouldn't tell you. You came in, you had to identify, did it stall, is there a pH issue or something of that nature, and you got the mash up and running, and then you distilled it. From there, you went to the rapid aging, and that's where I pretty much screwed the pooch on the rapid aging.
yeah. At that point, honestly, man, it's unless you throw it in a barrel, man. In my opinion, you're just trying to mask something, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I was trying my best, but my proof was too low, and that was my downfall.
Yeah.
My color was good, my flavor was there, the legs weren't there, but the proof is what got me put out.
So how long have you been distilling, man?
I would say 7-8 years now.
Okay, that's a good bit. So what do you feel like was your biggest accomplishment aside of Master Distiller?
Outside Master Distiller, honestly, I'm still chasing a high from my first run. I did a 3-grain bourbon, and being that my background is in culinary, I said, well, let me change this up a little bit. Threw some fruits in there, and when I say it was the best thing smoking, and I'm still chasing that high.
nice. Always chasing that dragon, man. You come across, you do something great, and you're just always chasing, man.
But I think my issue was everything is brand new.
Mhm.
Brand new fermenting vessels, brand new still. I mean, my first initial run on a still, and I'm still chasing it.
Yeah.
So until I get another new still, I don't think I'll get there. But I'm gonna try.
So
You need one?
how frustrating is it, like, when you guys go, because I'm just a podcaster, just American whiskey. I ain't a distiller, but I was curious, how frustrating is it if you run something and you really like that initial flavor, and then you go you do everything that you did before and you still can't get that? I mean, I can only, like, that's got to be, you know.
I would say the best thing to describe it as is playing your favorite sport, and you know that this is your thing, and all of a sudden one day you're just off so bad, and that's how it is. I've gotten to the point now to where when I'm writing my notes, I even dictate the temperature of the day.
Yep. And then that's the thing too. You know, a lot of my problem with that is I never take notes or never write that notes down. So like you said, you know, when you have that great run,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, oh shit, but then you try to recreate it and I have no
Yeah.
fucking clue how
I
to
mean,
do
you
it.
say culinary arts, so I'm a cooking guy. I love to cook. There's been times where I've made a good dish, but then I had too much to drink. I don't remember how I did it. You know what I
Been there,
mean?
done that.
Yeah, and you go back to try to
several times.
recreate that Cajun chicken linguine Alfredo, and it was tasted so good, but next time you make it, you don't remember. So you try to recreate it, and it's not as good, you know.
That's it exactly.
So you do your peach brandy. Is it always the same?
No.
Like you can taste the difference every time you run it.
You can.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just the smallest changes.
That's crazy.
Maybe this time use a little bit more peaches.
What if it's not as hot outside? Like when we did, it was scorching hot.
Yeah, well, that was just the distilling part. If it's colder, you know, you got to heat it a little harder.
Yeah.
And everything makes a difference, man. It is almost like making bread. You know, your yeast is going to rise your bread differently depending upon everything.
Yes.
and that's what it is with fermenting and making moonshine. Every little thing makes such a huge difference. Like, oh, I sneezed at the beginning of the run. I didn't do it this time. It's off. You know, it's like lucky baseball socks or something. You know?
That's the issue that I'm worried about because I never ferment for the same time.
Yeah.
I ferment until it's done, and then it sits until I'm ready to run.
Yep.
It might sit 2-3 months,
Yeah, you just never know.
and I
Every
need to get
ferment's
consistency.
different,
Yeah. Oh God.
Hey,
Yes.
you can't set a watch by a ferment. You can't be like, oh, 3 days,
Yeah. Not
4
at
days.
all.
No, you're
Right.
like, it's done when it's done.
That's Mother Nature does not care.
That's right. And a lot of people will open ferment, and a lot of people, won't. That where they use those little, what do you call them, Easy? Those little bubblers,
Airlocks.
airlocks. Yeah, and a lot of people will just run a tube from the top over to a mason jar full of water.
Now, see, on my larger vessels, on my 55-gallon barrel,
Yep.
that's what I have is a tube going to a mason jar.
Okay,
On my smaller ones, I'll have the
just the airlock.
little bubble airlock.
Yep.
But this mash I have going now is my first open ferment.
How you like it?
I'm nervous.
I don't be.
It's hot as Satan's sack in Kentucky right now. I mean,
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about that open ferment, man, you never have two mashes that taste the same in the end.
Yep.
you see that I'm looking for consistency.
Yeah, so you're not going to get it. You get some consistency out of open ferment, but for the most part, it's going to change what's in the air. What's the
Right.
air smell like? What's it taste like that day? Like,
And for me, open ferment, and I started a mash. It might have been low 80s, but it was consistently
yeah.
in between 75 at night to 104 during the day. How is this going to work out on the apple rye?
I did a mountain brandy once, and it fermented in 2.5 days because it was
Really?
95 out.
Jeez.
And I was just like, it blew my mind. It was in the barn, and it was 95 out, and humidity up around 80%.
That sounds
And
like
it was
Kentucky.
like 2.5, almost 3 days. And I was like, it was at 1.0. By day 4, it was 999.
Wow.
I was just like, it fermented so fast.
Have you ever made anything good out of watermelon?
I've never made anything out of one.
Yeah.
It's hard,
I
man.
really want to find someone that's willing to do it because I love watermelon. But everyone says, like,
Let's do
all
it.
my distiller friends, they're like, oh, you can't make shit out of that.
You can't, the pulp in it rots so fast.
My only thing is I'm a little bit thrifty, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I'm going to need maybe 100, 150 pounds of watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you 150 pounds of watermelon. That ain't an issue.
Okay, well, let's make it happen.
Let's make it
Let's do
happen.
it. Let's do it. I want
Hey.
a watermelon flavored moonshine.
You'll never find a distiller that says no to free fruit.
So, are you looking for
I don't care what it
brandy
is.
or a watermelon flavor?
Brandy. I want what we ran. I want that peach out and the watermelon in.
That'd be tough.
That's what I want.
I'm game to. I'll try anything once.
Or twice.
If you want 150 pounds of watermelon, I'm gonna get 150 pounds of
Yeah, ready to
watermelon.
roll.
The trick,
Okay.
I know a lot of farmers that will give me farm stands. I'll get the watermelon.
the trick with watermelons are to cut about 3 inches off the top and take an
This is my guy. He said, "Bring the watermelons." I'm in.
an immersion blender and stick it down in there and emulsify it inside.
I've heard old timers say they use Rhine and all.
I can see that.
So what? I mean,
So
what I
the
would
actual,
do,
about
like,
make a
green
bitter,
part
huh?
of it?
the whole freaking thing.
Really?
Okay.
And so what I'm game to do is half of that is going to be straight flesh. The other half is going to be Rhine in. I mean,
I wonder if that
what's the most
rind will
gonna
help.
happen?
Does the rind help preserve it?
No, they said that's where the flavor's at.
In the rind, I
Gotcha.
can see that. I get
Now
that.
I'm not wild enough to eat the fruit from the outside in.
Yeah,
I am.
But
I've had enough of the white flesh on the
Right.
watermelon to know I don't like it.
There ain't nothing but air and opportunity, man.
That's
Let's
right.
make this shit happen.
I mean,
It's all
there it
sugar.
is.
It's all sugar, so why waste it?
Yep.
I can see that when it's about dollars and cents, you got to use every piece that you can.
I've heard guys using corn cob also. So I mean, I'm down to try anything.
Oh, yeah.
We had somebody on that was talking about fermenting fresh corn, cob, and all.
Well, corn cob has flavor to it, so that wouldn't surprise me.
And then he was also talking about in that fresh corn using the natural amylase in it to convert the starches in the other corn. It was
Interesting.
wild. Who was that, Sean?
I don't remember. You know my mind. I don't remember names.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that one. That one sounded interesting.
That one is real interesting. It was a few episodes ago. I don't know. I want to say, was he out west?
Out west.
I'm not sure.
I don't
Don't
know.
make us think too hard. It's been a
Yeah.
long weekend already.
Fucking think about it. It ain't that hard. Just kidding.
Well,
I
if you
just
watched
can't-
them all, you would have known.
I want to say
Ooh.
it might have been banned.
Shut up. I'll mute you. So what you're saying, there's a chance we can make watermelon shine.
Well, yeah, there's more
Well,
than
yeah.
a chance.
If you got
Yeah.
the watermelon, I got the time.
Damn right.
I got
And
the
then we
time
got
and the
the shine.
That's
watermelon.
what it's about.
There it is.
Let's get it. The trick is getting that flavor to come through.
So why does the
Sweet.
watermelon? You said it sours quick. Why is that?
I think it's the flesh.
Now, when you say sour, what? Sour in the ferment or sour before it kicks off?
It during like whenever I've made wine out of watermelon, it sours during the ferment.
Well, you know what you do open ferment, correct?
Yeah, maybe
That's
that's,
the
why.
issue.
Cheesecloth it?
No,
Well, see,
cap it in the airlock.
well, when I do wine's a closed ferment. I only open ferment when I'm distilling.
Was that a stupid
So
question?
I close ferment the watermelon wine, and it's still they just.
I got a little trade secret. I'll let you in on.
I'm intrigued. I'm
The-
intrigued.
After the fact, every time I open mine, that's when I had issues with spoilage. But there's something you could do to mitigate that.
So like when you seal it off, it prevents bacteria. Is that why?
Well, there's no air.
Okay.
As the yeast is eating the sugar, it's producing CO2. The CO2 purging all the air out, so the airlock is not letting the air in.
Okay.
No air, you have no rot.
Yep.
So if you can get the air back out once you peek in there and take a taste test, how's it going to rot?
That makes sense.
See-
I feel like an idiot with this stuff, but that's fascinating. I mean,
No, this is all backwoods science, brother.
It's when we open air ferment, we throw a lid on, and there's a layer of CO2 between the ferment and the top, and that's what keeps the bugs out of the ferment.
Mhm.
Usually,
You cannot light a lighter.
No.
You got one ferment, it won't light.
not around it.
so you're saying you put your hand in there with a lighter,
Yep.
and you would go
It'll
like this,
go
it would
out.
not.
Won't
That's
light.
crazy.
There's no oxygen there, and so it creates its kind of own airlock, sort of, but it also allows air from outside in, which can give you wild yeast and wild
Great.
flavor. So it's a lot. It's
Like I told,
it's a rabbit hole.
with the untalked or still talking uncut, the one thing I've realized through this, other than like making friendship, meeting new people, is the learning process. Like I just learned that.
It's a lifelong learning curve, brother.
You're never an
crazy.
expert. You're never an expert. You're always a student, and that's the way you got to approach that. And anything else in your life, you are a student, never an expert. Expert knows everything and is never willing to learn anymore.
That's what my dad always said. Once you think you know it all, that's when you start learning again.
I never want to be an expert.
I've always heard once you start learning is when you die.
Exactly.
Well, that's a good point too.
I told
That's
you.
a good point too.
Look at this
Oh,
motherfucker.
Joey.
I told you. What'd I tell you?
Sherry,
She knows.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I told you. I told you it wasn't going to take long on Uncle Joey. Well, hey, Curtis, man, we were not going to hold you up. We know you're having a good
Yep.
time. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate you stopping in. It was a pleasure.
I'm getting
Uh,
contact info because I'm bringing you 150 pounds of watermelon.
Oh, I'm just glad to be on, brother.
So get with Sean, and we'll get you on a show. Just you. We like to hear you. I'd like to hear you speak, man.
Yep.
I'm down
I'd
for it.
like to hear you speak for about an hour or so, and I'll pick your brain. So,
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
yes, sir. We appreciate you. Have a great day, man.
Yes, sir. You all have a wonderful evening.
You too, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you. Oh,
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Who's going to walk by next?
can we get Judd over here?
He looks busy at the
Here, I'm
moment.
gonna let you boys take over for a minute.
All
I
right,
gotta
you do
go to
your
the
thing.
bathroom.
Oh,
You guys got this? You're good.
It's a jet break.
If somebody wants to sit in my chair, that's cool too.
That's
Whatever.
cool. I might hop in that chair.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a whole sun chair.
Old son. Here comes old Uncle Joey. You want to talk about his night last night?
Hell yeah, Uncle Joey, hop on here, man. We got some stuff to talk about. Uncle Joey said he wasn't drinking, but he come back from the Tucking Red, with a thing of slushy. So, you know, we uncut, man. We're just hanging out. Yeah, we wish everybody was here. You know, it's not super big, but it's having a good time, man. I think next year it'll be a lot bigger. Like I said, we're just having a good time, man.
Look.
So we're gonna see who walks by. Uncle Joey walked by.
Well, what's happening, boys?
How you doing?
How you
Uncle
feeling,
Joey?
man?
Man, I'm feeling fantastic. As we all have heard through the many moonshiners that we've stumbled across when I got here today, I guess Uncle Joey had a little bit of shine yesterday. And it's not a big surprise. Thanks to this guy here to my left, I have a newfound liquor love for the corn.
Hey, man, we do what we can.
Mr. Rigsby down there makes the damn fine concoction himself, but my jar's about half gone. So, and here's the crazy thing, man. I have quite the extensive bourbon collection at my house. And my wife's asking me, so you don't drink bourbon anymore? I was like, well,
Taking a break. I found something else that piques my interest at the moment.
my palate prefers the clear. And I'm here to tell you, man, all of you guys that I've hung and chatted with and bullshitted with, ain't not one of them jars that's been handed my way has ever been handed back with a bad look on my face. Everybody knows by my face if I like their liquor or not. Uncle Joey smiles when he likes his jars, and I've been smiling a lot here lately.
I got Uncle Joey hooked when I went on their podcast.
Absolutely.
It was an instant love.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, this guy right here drove down from Michigan. His name is Chris.
Mr. Christopher Allen.
Chris,
Mr. Christopher, join us.
hey, come here, brother. Seat. Have a seat right here, man. Scoot on up, put your headphones on, and let's talk to you, brother, for real. It's people like you that we love to speak with, because my man did some traveling to get here, ladies and gentlemen, and I have so much respect for, obviously, his love for that clear like we all have.
Yes, sir. Sean will be back. Got to make a run. So, in case y'all don't know who Mr. Christopher Allen is, he's working on a book, man. He's still working on that book.
I'm still working on it. I'm running out where I want to be with it.
Talk right into it.
Yeah, get a little closer
Yes,
there.
sir.
Definitely still working on the book, not where I want to be with it. But I'm getting closer, and I keep saying it, but I got my fingers crossed that in about a month I'll be done with the actual writing part.
So,
Hell yeah.
tell us what this book is about that you've been working on. Like, you know, I see you all the time in the groups asking questions, you know, piquing the interest of guys who do it, you know, and I know what that's all about, you know, and it's what a hell of a way to go about it than to ask your peers who you're going to get positive, a lot of good feedback, and the bullshit you can weed out. So it's amazing. You know, I love your videos. They're energetic, and you're a good dude, man. I love what you're doing. So just tell us about the book that you're working on. And you know, I know we've had you on before, but for the new people while we're here,
Yes.
go ahead and about it.
Kind of bumped him in the I just said Michigan, and it sparked my interest, man. I'm the PR guy of this podcast. I like talking, man. So I walked right up to him and said, "Hey, brother, what's going on here?" And he said he came down from Michigan. So come on, tell us what you got going on, Chris.
Okay. Well, I set off with the book anyway, with the idea of writing a complete moonshine book. Unfortunately, what I realized is it's impossible to do, you know, inside a book that a working person's going to actually be able to use. It's too thick, too much information, too many different directions. So I broke it down into categories. I broke it down into categories, and
All right, give me just a minute.
I
tell
started
Phil
with
you can draw my
whiskey.
peach dude in the
being
shirt.
the one I think most people want to start with, but have trouble. So the whole thing is to make it easy for the beginner, but to give the kind of information that people could build on at a later time. It's impossible to be complete. I want to be good though. Be thorough.
So it's interesting you say that because a big Sturge whose seat you're sitting in and myself, thanks to coming down and hanging out with these guys while they run liquor, now we have the fever. So eventually I'm going to get with these guys and I'm going to have some kind of setup at the house. It'll be good to know how, there's ways you can reach out other than if I don't have these guys books and things to kind of help somebody that's kind of doing their thing.
There's a lot of pieces that you have to put together if you're doing it by yourself.
Yes.
Books are one thing. It's not it's not everything. And there's a lot of other avenues that are fabulous that we have available to us all together.
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear, dude. It sounds like you've got a real passion for the moonshine whiskey, and it sounds like that book is something that comes from your whole heart and your soul, and that's what I love about these moonshiners, man. Like I said, our podcast, we started as a bourbon podcast, and we got introduced to Dan Gray, and then Dan has linked us up with all these guys, and I'd say the second jar of corn liquor that touched my mouth, I think I was hooked, man. I really was. And the purity and the cleanness. And I like the way the different corns bring different earthiness and different flavors with it. And there's so many different varieties. And my man Vaughn Davis down here up in Schoolhouse Farms, and where is he at? Middle of nowhere, Ohio.
He's up northern.
Yeah,
Ohio.
Northern Ohio. I'm sorry. I know where it's at, but I'm blanking.
Marysville.
No, it's not Marysville. But anyway, Vaughn's got he's like a small batch corn grower. He grows I think he said, I'm gonna feel bad if I get this wrong, 33 different kinds of corn he grows up there. Wow. And he grows it for a lot of these guys. I mean, that's his main. And he was telling us how he ships a lot of it up to like the East Coast and New England. He's got distillers that just simply use his product, and that whole process, man. There's a lot involved, and it's a lot more than what you really think about. And talking with Ian and with Sean, there's little variances and little nuances to it that you get from other distillers, little tricks and little things. Hey, try this. Hey, try your, and I love hearing that. These guys are awesome, man. The camaraderie and the friendship. And I know I've heard him use the word, and I felt it. I felt this word, family. I feel like these guys have welcomed me into their family as long as my podcast brothers here. And I feel used well. You probably, I don't know how long you guys have been connected with this, but then you instantly feel the warmth that these guys have.
Oh, absolutely.
They're awesome. Sean and Ian here are awesome guys, man. I really like them.
So Schoolhouse Farms is in Rockford, Ohio. Rockford,
Ohio. Yes.
It's up by Marysville.
Yeah. Shout out Vaughn Davis, Schoolhouse Farms.
Yeah. He showed up here. He's the only farmer to show up, which was wild to me.
So do you distill yourself, Chris?
I do.
Okay, so now we can talk. What do you like to run? Is like these guys like Big Easy and Sean, they like that brandy. They like running brandies. What do you like to run?
Well, I'm with them. I love running brandy.
Nice.
But I love running whiskey, and I love running rum too.
I had some really good distilled rum here lately too. There's some good. Some of you guys make some damn good rum.
There's some really impressive rum right here today.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm telling you, the difference is for us home distillers, we're not worried about money and in mass. We're worried about quality. So it's hard when you're a home distiller to make a liquor, your own liquor, the best quality you can make, and then go somewhere and try out another liquor, and they charge you an insane rate for it. You're like, this ain't no good. And so, a home distillery is going to put out a better, cleaner quality than you'll get from a big distillery every time.
And you guys are your own worst critics. And I've heard you say it.
Always.
I've heard Matt Leemaster is the one who cracks me up, dude. We were out at Big Easy's place running, and Matt had a jar that he had made, and he had told us he didn't like his base liquor that he had made, and he turned it into this. And we all tried a jar of it, man. And we were all like, damn, Matt, that ain't bad liquor, brother. You're kind of beating yourself up. So these guys are their own worst critics, I think, sometimes, because it ain't never good enough for them. And I can say every jar this man's handed me and every Sean, I've enjoyed.
That keeps us chasing that dragon.
Yes, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
When you're satisfied, you're done. And I never want to be satisfied. So.
Well, you always want to make that better product,
yes.
I'm sure. Yes. You want to find ways. All right. Personally, you might be able to pick something out that I might not be able to pick out. Especially your own liquor yourself. You can be like, no, I didn't like, I ran too much heat, or I did this or that. Or a guy like me be like, Chris, that's some damn good liquor you just made. You know what I mean?
I do. One of the most interesting parts of it, I think, is that when you make it, you're able to appreciate other people's work on a different level.
And that's what I'm interested in starting running myself. I've got a son that lives out of state now, and I was telling him about my weekend with Big Easy and Sean, and telling him how I think I'd really like to get with these guys and set up a small still at my house. And my son and Alec Mulder's son, he was like, "Dad, let's do it." And it's, you're connecting family. Now, I'm going to learn something from these guys, and I'm going to pass that on to my son, and then he can continue to pass that on to whoever he wants to pass that knowledge on to. So that's one of the biggest things that hits me right in the heart is these guys are so willing and eager to help somebody else learn and grow.
We all know what it was like to start without help.
Right,
and
right.
That's hard,
So let me ask you this. So when you started, there was a lot.
When we started, there was barley and hops, and then the Popcorn Sutton video.
That was it.
That was it.
And it kind of seems like you guys have not really came together at the same time, but a lot of you guys have been distilling about the same. A lot of you talk to these guys, it's all around the same length of time, somewhere around there.
A lot of people, let's be for real. The Popcorn Sutton video and the show Moonshiners piqued interest.
Yes, it did.
It brought it back to the forefront. And like for me, you watch these dudes make liquor in the woods, and it's like, bro, I'm a dumbass. I can make liquor.
I can make liquor.
You watch Tickle falling and hurting himself. Shit, like that's me. That's me. I hurt myself all the time.
Shout out Tickle. We appreciate
yes, sir.
you, buddy.
Love you, brother. Like I hurt myself all the time. I can hurt
Anthony burned himself at your house.
Yeah,
right.
I hurt my head. I've been doing it for a while. It doesn't matter, But and you get guys like Phil Billy and myself. We just said, fuck it. We're going to put these videos out for the world to see. We don't care. We're going to risk our livelihood. Let's get it. Let's have a good time. We're going to show everybody how simple it can be. Because for the most part, when you, back in the day, you thought about making alcohol, you thought you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this step. It's this hard. That we wanted to show everybody it's this easy. And then COVID came and the alcohol scare of no alcohol being around created this moonshine boom.
Everybody wanted to be able to make it themselves if they couldn't leave the house to go buy it. And I get that, man. Absolutely.
What a better end of times skill to have. Not only can you make liquor, you can make vinegar, you can make water, you can make fuel.
Yes.
Just by knowing how to run a simple keg, so how to turn a keg into a still, you can do all this. You can make yourself water, turn dirt water drinkable. Distilled water, it's
absolutely
it's more than just making liquor. It's a life skill that you'll learn that you can pass to your children and the next person down the line.
Yep, and that's what I'm hoping to gain from getting my own still set up, pass something on. Me and my son can learn together from you guys. Have you guys over, I'm excited for it, dude. I think it's going to be a cool process. I appreciate you guys a lot. And Chris, I think it's great that I stumbled upon you in the parking lot, brother. And then Big Easy, like, oh yeah, that's Chris. I'm like, well, shit. Since I saw you walk by, I said, this is a seat for you, brother. So I appreciate you coming in and sitting down, man. I really do.
Yes, sir, man. It was great.
I appreciate you having me.
It was a pleasure to meet you, brother. And I'm sure throughout the day, we may bump into each other. It sounds like, I'm not going anywhere. And I like jars, Chris. Just so you know, I like jars.
Depending on how drunk Joey gets, will depend on how much bumping he does into people.
And I will say this: I have my lovely wife here to drive me home, so it's on tonight.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Legit. Last night, I walk outside and Uncle Joey made a friend, a couple, and they're talking moonshine, and I'm like, "You guys want to come try some liquor? Come on, Joey, let's take them in." We take them right to Phil Billy, like, Phil Billy, run them through the gauntlet. And they're like, what are you talking about, the gauntlet? You're about to ride the rainbow. It was one of every color. Try this. And by the end of it, they love moonshine.
And that couple ended up being the one and only, he ran for governor of Ohio. That was Mr. Joe Blystone.
Yeah, we ended up with old Mr. Joe Blystone in there.
Yep. He's still here today.
Yeah, he came back today. Over here talking. He's interested in making liquor out of a keg.
Yes, sir.
To start out with.
Yes, sir.
And it was cool to introduce somebody that you see, you respect, and they're like,
and to know that he respects you.
I like that. And there's nothing better than you hand a jar of liquor to somebody, and they're like, I really like that, and it's real feedback.
And he knew the right place to come too.
He did. He came to the right place. So if you're around, come to Wilmington. We're right here. We're hanging out.
Wilmington, Ohio, Farm to Bottle Festival, Clinton County Fairgrounds, today and tomorrow.
But Mr. Christopher, we'll let you get back on to your festival.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for stopping in, brother. I didn't mean to pull you in, but
hey,
now that I'm glad we had you on here now, because I loved hearing that, dude. I really did. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now,
absolutely.
I fully expect a signed copy of this book
And I'll be
when it
yes.
hits.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to you later because I want you to read it before it goes.
Oh
I can read.
man, there
Don't
you
have to
go.
read the whole thing, but I would like your honest opinion.
Is it going to come with a movie for me to watch?
I'll have to work on that part.
Netflix will get a hold of you on that, Chris. Yeah, Amazon, something. Well, thanks, Chris. Get your headphones there for you.
In case y'all are wondering why it's weird and we got the American whiskey behind us, we invaded their podcast today. They let us use their setup, so that's amazing by them. Big shout out to Sturge, Uncle Joey,
Yes, sir.
Justice League, all of them, man. They're great dudes. I'm really glad that we connected.
Well, like you said before, and I'll say this right here on your podcast, you guys have done nothing but treat us like family. So I feel like it's the least we could do as far as the American Whiskey Podcast was to reach out to you guys, have you sit down. Big Sturge has got a hell of a setup here today.
Yeah, this made my life simple. Run my podcast on Sturge's setup.
Yep.
Count me in.
Yep. So I'm glad you and Sean came in and sat down. I just happened to be walking by and slid on in myself.
No, you come in. You are fine.
You're fine. We're used to it.
You come in with a slushie from Tucking Reds.
Yeah, man.
Truck
Hey.
out there, dude. Them slushies from Tucking Reds. Oh my God.
So I want to say two of the things that I've seen people the most in their hands. One of them is these moonshine and wine slushies out at Tucking Red's trailer, and Doug down at Northern Yankee Moonshine.
Doug Taylor.
Them Jello syringes, they're everywhere, man.
Northern Yankee Moonshine. I believe it's in Ripley, Ohio.
Ripley, Ohio, yes.
sir,
And
man.
me and the wife are stopping back on the way home from Tennessee in a couple weeks, so I'm kind of excited to talk with Doug at his establishment and see how he does things in there.
I mean, if you're going to be down there, you've been to Pat's.
Yes.
It's hard not to go there.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you guys a little quick story about Chris down here at Paps. Anthony's wife, my aunt, and his kids were down there at his booth, and Chris just hands them all hats. And, he wouldn't take money from them. He wanted these kids to have these hats because he saw the smile that them hats put on their faces. So, Chris Lewis, shout out, brother. You are an amazing individual. We love your facility down in Bainbridge, Ohio, Pabst Hilltop Hunt and Moonshine Distillery. If you've never been there, please check his place out, man. He's on Facebook. He's been on our podcast a few times. Chris, we love you. You're an amazing individual. So, see licenses here. There's Mr. Phil Billy. Phil Billy.
He's on a mission.
He's on a mission. Yes, sir. Phil Billy out there slinging cotton candy.
Try to get somebody coming by.
Yeah.
Sean left. He never made it back.
Yeah, Sean hasn't made it back yet. I don't really see anybody to grab here.
That's all good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's hang out.
I've had a good time, Ian. How about you?
Man, I got here yesterday around about 10:30, and I wasn't in the door 5 minutes, and it started flowing.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. Tim Johnson, it was nice talking with him and his wife. Judd Henderson. I mean,
Squatch is here.
Squatch.
Man.
Love me some Squatch, man. And I've watched all those episodes, and I don't know why. And maybe you can tell me this. I don't know. Why does his episode really, it just sticks with me, man, because I feel like he got done, the whole didn't get a thumper, and he had to do what he had to do with what he had. Oh, shoot. And we even got the big boy chair for you.
Yeah, got the big boy chair for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Phil Billy Moonshine. Get on in here, brother.
You hang up my banner? Good luck.
Welcome to Still Talking, American Whiskey Edition.
You like to get a picture with Big Easy? Hey, get a picture with Big Easy.
Picture with Big Easy.
Hey, that looks nice. I was thin then.
Ooh.
I was slim.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to have your picture taken with Big Easy, right here it is.
Fucking selfie with my buddy. We're gonna leave that up.
You know what? We exactly are going to leave that up. That's beautiful.
We had a good time.
Look at that look, like, yeah.
Looks like he's got a shit in that. And it looks like he's constipated.
I'll say it like Mario.
It was hot.
Have a seat, Phil Billy.
Got you the big boy chair.
Hell yeah. Welcome.
Oh shit, that's loud. You gotta scoot all the way up and talk into the mic.
Put it real close to
Yep.
your lips.
all the way. Yeah, just how you like it, real close.
Real close.
We know you ain't leaning forward the whole time.
I'm gonna need that in or around your mouth.
Welcome to the show, Phil Billy. Welcome to the show.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey JJ, how you doing, JJ? JJ's in the comments.
Is he watching?
Yes, sir.
What's up, JJ? What's up, JJ?
I heard he was here yesterday. He had to roll out early. It was nice seeing him on the videos.
Alan, how you doing? Yeah, I got to try JJ's malted blue corn
Nice.
liquor. He just put that bottle out. Did you get to try it, Uncle Joey?
No, sir. I didn't. He was gone before I got here.
I got a bottle over there open. You could try
Okay.
it.
All right. All right. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. If you want a bottle, just get with JJ.
Okay.
And
Absolutely.
he'll sell you a bottle.
So let me talk about something real quick. I don't mean to run in on you. So Phil Billy, what did you what was that I tried yesterday at the Clear? Was that some corn? Explain to me what you had me try yesterday, because that was amazing.
That's fresh corn liquor.
Fresh corn, but there was something. What was it?
What the hell?
What was different about it? The jars. Yeah, the yeast.
challenge.
It was two different yeast. That's what it was.
Yeah, I made the same mash, split it in half. I put red yeast in one and Daity in the other, which is dry active distiller's yeast. And I was doing an experiment to see what do I prefer. I use Daity because it's there and it works great.
Right.
Other people use red yeast, and I want to see, well, which one do I prefer? Which one do most people prefer? And it's interesting because I ended up choosing red yeast twice. I did it twice.
Wow.
And then, like, the majority of the people that have tried it have chose Daity. And it's weird.
I've heard a lot of these say bread yeast for the win. They always say that, bread yeast for the win.
He says red yeast to win because that's what him and Sean always use.
Right.
It's what we like,
So are you saying now you like it now? I mean, did you not like it before, or had you just never used it?
I don't think I like it on fruit. I think on
Oh, okay. Okay.
it performs well, but I think it does give it kind of a hotter, more alcohol taste. Like there's the same proof, but the bread yeast tastes like there's more proof in it. But I chose it twice, and I'm not ashamed to switch over. I'm switching teams, y'all.
It's about learning. You know what I mean?
Welcome
You
to the
just,
dark side.
you just
Phil.
learned. Yeah. I mean, I know you had me try it. Is that what we all picked? We all picked the bread
No, I
yeast?
think you chose David.
Oh, the other one.
the
Me and
dark
Tucker
side
both
of the
liked it.
bread.
Yeah, we both liked it.
Yeah, I'm doing a video. It'll be on my YouTube channel.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you letting us in, dude. That was
Phil Billy Moonshine.
that was good.
Check out
That was
the
a
YouTube
good that was a
channel,
good drink.
Facebook, TikTok, Clapper. Look, is everywhere. Yeah.
Look at that look, dude. Look at the look on the look.
Oh, it was hot that day.
It was it was kind of a smirky, ain't it? You motherfucker. I seen that fucking banner in the box. I was like, no goddamn way he had this made.
That
I
banner
did.
could not sit in the box any longer.
Hey, that was for my very first festival down in Beattyville like 3 years ago.
Nice.
I was selling shirts. So we're in Beattyville, Kentucky, right? And we're selling shirts and shit. And a storm came through and it flooded the town. We was in knee-deep water washing our shit down Beattyville. It was terrible.
Damn.
But it was still a good time.
Hey, good time was had at the end of the day.
Yep, that's all that matters. So, you having a good time at the Farm to Bottle Festival, Phil Billy?
Yeah. I wish there was a lot more people though, man. I really do.
Yeah, I think next year it should get bigger.
But the crowd that's here, you guys have really touched and reached out to, man. I think that's what's awesome. I've seen a lot of people over at your booth. You'll run them through the AKA gauntlet and give them the full variety of what you got over there, brother. And you, if you guys have never seen his videos, man, check them out on YouTube. Phil Billy Moonshine. I know I'm about to make a concoction that he's got on there, that peach cobbler. I'm about to put some of that together. My son's coming up from Alabama, and it'd be nice to pass a jar of that around. I can say, my man here, I got that recipe from you, and I got the liquor from Ian, so I'm kind of excited about putting that together.
So, last night, I think we was responsible for half the fairgrounds being drunk.
Absolutely.
Us three here, whether we funnel them over to Phil Billy or just let them drink stuff, I think we got half the fairgrounds drunk last night. It
Well,
was a
what
great
was funny,
time.
I kept seeing that damn that aqua green jar everywhere, dude. I saw so many people with that jar in their hand. I was like, now that's just weird that all these different moonshiners are making that exact same color. No, Phil Billy's shit is everywhere, is what that was.
Dude, we're passing out everything,
Man,
I think I brought like 4 gallons of shit. And it's about all
I brought 4.5 gallons of peach brandy in pint jars,
hell
and
yeah.
I bet I've given out almost half of them. If
Nice. That's what it's all about, and sharing the love, sharing what you guys do and what you put into it. And I think it's awesome because you guys all appreciate it, man. You know, you hand one of these guys a jar, they drink it and smile. And you're like, fuck yeah, you're more excited than they are. They're happy that you make damn liquor. It's happy that it put that smile on their face.
Yeah.
So it's a cool thing, man. I love hanging out with you guys. I appreciate it.
What was that band that was up there? I got that whole band drunk last night.
Oh, that do the big belly.
Yeah. Uncle Joey was carrying jars up to him.
Yeah. Hey, they loved it.
Hey, we had last night. The crowd wasn't real big, so we partied.
Yeah, last night was a very more like an intimate setting.
Yeah.
Like the bands, we intertwined and hung out and bullshit. Like it was a really
good
cool
time,
setting
man.
in here. If you didn't make it last night, it looks like there's a little more people here today, so it may not be like that. But you could actually walk up to damn near any one of these guys and just sit and chop it up, ask them questions, drink some of their concoctions and liquors and mine.
Yeah, let's be for
erasers.
real, man. You walk up and they're gonna hand you some jars probably and let you try some shit.
Yes, sir.
Have a good time.
Outlaw as fuck right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It's good time. You know, that's part of it's awesome. And it's air conditioning where we're at, boys.
Man, it feels good back here.
So
That's what I like, man. And I wish Maggie would have been that way this year. Law Dogs rolled in, fucked it up for everybody.
fucking chewy.
That sucks, man.
But this was first year for this, so I mean it's off the fucking hook.
So we'll be back next year.
I hope it does well. I hope it keeps going. Damn, Mike, stand down.
Breaking shit, man. Always breaking.
I'm
shit.
Always breaking shit. That's all right. At least he ain't denting stills.
Always breaking. Yeah, that's Matt Brown in Ben's.
If anybody's here,
Oh, is Ben's still dinner?
Hey, wait. Hey, think you got the name Ben's?
Ah.
Benji still. I'm just messing with you. All right, man.
Well, thanks for having me in, Ian.
Yeah, I think we're done. So
is this still talking?
yeah.
Yeah, this is still talking. I'm just sitting in.
Damn, if I known this was still talking, I wouldn't have been on this.
Fuck you.
Fuck you guys.
We tricked you, folks. We let him in. He didn't even know where he was.
I thought I was on American Whiskey.
The American and Whiskey shirt threw him. Nah, I'm a guest on his podcast right now, brother.
We'll edit you out.
I'm about to go charge $1 to get a picture with this.
All right, we're about.
Other Big Easy.
Do I get half? I get half, right?
Bro, you get shit.
Bro, it's my picture. I get half.
Come on down here, get your picture taken with Big Easy.
That's right.
Number 3, turn it all the way down. Number 3. There you go.
All right.
Should be able to hear you guys, right?
All right. So once again, thanks, Ian.
Okay,
Big Easy.
I'm staying long enough. My ass is asleep.
Big Breezy.
I needed a big. I should have picked a big chair, but I
I'm about
got
to say some shit getting banned on purpose.
You can't-
Shit he does to me when I'm on TikTok.
It's YouTube. You can't get banned. So, but so we're gonna be here all night. We're gonna be here all night.
We'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Come
Yeah,
out to
we'll be here
Wilmington,
all night.
Ohio, Clinton County Fairgrounds.
Yeah,
Find the bottles.
I'm smoking that tonight for the first time, y'all.
There
Uh-oh.
it is. Now,
Do it
it's,
with me.
it's not going to be the first time.
Do it with me.
We'll be smoking mess and buying pepperoni pizzas.
If you don't do meth with me, you's a bitch. How
And
many
that's-
beers you got in here?
And that's what. No, there's only 3 left.
What the fuck? Get your ass in here.
Oh well,
All right.
we'll get them after views, brother. We get people
You're
watch this
trying to
shit
get-
after.
You're kicking me out of your podcast.
No, it's there as long as
No,
you
it's as
want.
long as you want, man. Shit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm taking over. Let's get some people in here. You
America,
want to be on this podcast?
You want to do Phil? You want to roll into Phil Billy Moonshine?
we're going. Yeah. You want to go live with Phil Billy?
I can make it happen.
There we go.
I just fucking don't have StreamYard laptop maybe out in the truck. You got Wi-Fi?
I'll
So-
take care of it.
No, they just log into our StreamYard on here.
Here, let me sit there.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. We're gonna try to get Phil Billy live, and we're gonna have open mic night. It's gonna be a good time. So we might be back in 20 minutes.
We're gonna touch wieners together.
We're gonna dock. Y'all have a good night, man. Thanks for listening.
Bro, say some more dumb shit.
Say